Hey guys, this is the second video I filmed today because I forgot to record some stuff that we've done. So I figured I'd just redo it rather than faff about getting an edit done. Sunday is maintenance day. Well, most of the time it is, except this week I did my water change on Wednesday. So easier maintenance today. I replaced the carbon, which I've decided a 2-week turnover is just enough time to clean out the reactor without it getting clogged with stuff and creating nitrates. So now it's super crispy clean. This morning I woke up and our pump was absolutely rattling away. It sounded like a jackhammer. So we went to our LFS, and when we got home, I took the inlet off, and we found this little tiny stone right there at the bottom of the sump there. I found that lodged into the impeller. So that'll cause some damage, A, but also B, some noise. It sounded like a cement mixer. Or what did I say, jackhammer? That's two different things it sounds like. There you go. I fixed that now. It's running well. Super silent as usual, which I love the L2. When it gets stuff sucked into it, it's not as ideal. I know you can get, what do they call it? Like inlet filters, I suppose. That's like a little cage that you can fit to the end. But you know, every now and then it ain't so bad, I suppose. Maybe I will put one on there at some point, just to stop that from happening, because the larger objects obviously will definitely seize the motor. But for now, she's all right. So we did the carbon. I also replaced the DI resin today with our Aquaforest. I bought that today. So I usually just go with DI resin from eBay, and I've never had an issue with it, but I haven't had the chance to order it. So I figured, well, while we're there, we'll get that. Haley and I built a couple of beds for someone on Facebook today. So we have a couple of extra dollars that we could put towards the tank. We've had a couple of scorching days this week, and the tank hasn't crept above 28 degrees, which I think that's a pretty good win. Since we put all the new snails in last week, they're doing a really cool job. There's crap all over the glass, but if you can't tell, or maybe the camera can't pick it up very well, there's just like snail tracks on every square inch of the glass. So they're definitely getting around, which I think is just awesome, amazing. We've got this, I got that $10 garage sale doser. So I've got that set up to our NitroFos after some very careful calibration. We've changed that from 30 mils a day down to 24 mils a day today because our phosphate has completely bottomed out at 0.0, which is not ideal. And our nitrates have now come down to 15, which is amazing. That's really, really great. So I'm stoked with that. So we're going to let that dose now every couple of hours, 2 mil every time. Additionally, what else is happening? We've got ourselves a new coral today. So this one is a chalice, and you will see it in its full glory later on, perhaps in a short. There goes our ATO, it's topping off. I think it might be the actual overflow actually, so I might just getting the balance since putting the reef mat in. Getting the balance between the tank not being noisy and not topping off every 2 minutes has been really tricky. We're lucky that I haven't had any significant salinity swings, because that's happened a few times now with this setup. But keeping on top of it has been definitely making a difference. What else? Any notable changes this week? Our red zoanthids, or our red zoanthids went blue, some of them did, and then went back to red, so that's been funny. The glass is disgusting, sorry. Our hammer is going really strong, which is great. So this is like the longest we've had any calcium-based or skeletal-based corals in our tank. Before they show signs of stress and giving up. So that's been, it's awesome. It's really, really refreshing to see that doing well. Our Montipora, where we first put it in, it browned out a little bit and then it started bleaching on just one corner. So I've moved it down here. and since then it hasn't. The bleaching definitely has stopped. The color hasn't come fully back in that spot, but it's back to being brown rather than white. So it's started to come back already, which is fantastic. Our stag is getting its color back, which is great, and so is our little other SPS. I don't know if it's a bird's nest or whatever. Haley knows what it is. So yeah, they're getting their color in, and they're also growing, which is cool. You can tell that by the white tips, so that's sick. The chromis eggs are still there, but once they hatch, they will be food for the other fish and corals in the tank. You know, there's not much we can do with them. Maybe some of them will hide and escape. These others are doing alright too. Every time I film, there's just some random noise happening in the house, and it's so annoying. It's usually the cat, but this time it's the dishwasher, so sorry about that. The noise apart from my voice, I apologize for that too. Right, the ATO is no longer dumping water in, so I think I got that sorted. What else? Yeah, I posted on the Melbourne Fanatics page saying, oh, the ATO is topping off again. How frustrating. I'll fix that in a minute. Saying, hey, I did my cable management and everything looks so much better. It doesn't look great, but it looks better. Everything is so much safer because there's nothing on the floor that can get wet now, which is fantastic. But one person said, yeah, I don't bother with cable management anymore because every time I do it, something breaks. Well, sure enough, when I got home the other day, like the day after I did the cable management, the ATO failed. And I got home and it was flashing red, so I was like, oh, that dude definitely cursed me. So I had to undo a few things to get to that. So I will redo all of it. It's actually not that bad. It just looks bad, but it's only 2 or 3 cable ties, and I just got to suss that out. I think I've defaulted to using these felt ones because I realized after a couple of failures with a cable tie, you sort of go, well, I don't really want to be clipping them or re-clipping them every bloody time. It's annoying. So, yeah, that's that. The A360 is doing really well. I haven't noticed too much growth when it comes to the Cato morpher and the feather algae. The only thing is, though, is that it's not bleached. So it's definitely not been whiting out, which means it's not too powerful for it. I've got it on the lowest possible setting it can go on, so intensity is ultra low, colors all the way down to the lower spectrums. So I figured that if we just start it low and then it'll eat what it needs to eat, remembering that we don't have all that much nutrients in this system for it to actually eat now. But the only thing is that I've noticed is that it's a lot more powerful than our little 16 water that we had in here, and due to that we're actually getting like lots of just random other algae growing in the chambers all around it. And I found that even when I cleaned out the reactor, it had algae in it and around it as well. So this light is really good at growing algae. So that's one of those frustrating things I have to sort out. Okay, I've got to go and quickly fix this ATO. It's killing me. Anyway, that'll do. I'm going to film once I've got the new coral out. So prepare yourself for that. Every time it dumps water, I'm just adjusting that backwards a little bit. So we're going to find out how that goes. Okay, anyway, that'll do us. Thanks, guys.